Sure did. What's the 441 Marches? Peace, love, and all that goodness. So, if you're ever confused about life, who do you go talk to as a child? You talk to your mother, talk to God, talk to your father. You know what I mean? Okay, so in real life, adult life, you're living in a matrix where everyone's lying to you. How do you discern and make the right choices? First, you develop a relationship with nature. And in order to do that, you must go out into nature and learn of the structure, learn of the ecosystem, the stability, the things that repetitiously revolve within that area so that you are able to research day in, day out. Quick example, you're looking at the sun show up day in, day out without fail. Even if it's raining or the clouds are out, behind them clouds, the sun is still out there. The sun ain't say, man, you know what, these clouds are out here, I'm going to just go on in the house for the day. He's still behind the clouds. When the moon comes out, whether it's void or it's full, it's always out, and the energy is resonating through the ethers, regardless of if it's new or full. It always shows signs. So if you have a question as to what you should be doing on Earth, what were you? What is your gender? That's a beginning. That's a begin for a lot, because there's natural things that a male does in the species of life versus a female. And then we can go down a rabbit hole of that. But it's the simple things in nature that tell you the answers to the questions of how to live, and how to live in a ecosystem of balance. Ecosystem of balance, they last long. They have very vast facets of life, living and existing, coexisting amongst each other. So ask Mother Nature, what do they do? You know, they got that saying, what would Jesus do? You know, and that's kind of a play on words to say that, what would the Creator do? What would the way that things exist in the nature, they have the same existence in, you know, anywhere else when it comes to parallel existence. Because, you know, we're kind of like fragmented existence, because everything that we see is fragmented into a version of us, whether it's a smaller portion or the totality of it. Regardless of what it is something in there that proves to say that that's me in there. Even if you see a turtle, even if you see an eagle, even if you see the river, even if you see a thunderstorm, even if you see the trees, even if you see a rock, all these different things have a metaphysical value that shows you who you are. Let's talk about it. So the rock is formed by the pressures in the ethers. The etheric realm has different pressures of minerals, different gases. All these different energies are putting a specific pressure to the existence. So it's typically not made into a rock. You have the Earth's core, and then the Earth's core may break off and rock up on its own, or certain parts of the dirt in forests, certain parts of the dirt in the savannas, because there's a mix of water and earth. So that rock crystallizes because the water is constantly splashing up against that earth, and the rain is constantly dropping and draining on that earth, and the heat is constantly souring onto the earth, heating it up, and the heat typically destroys it, drops it off into a solar being. Now it's not earth. Now it's a crystallization of earth. You follow what I'm saying? I feel like I'm saying too much. It's a crystallization of earth, and the crystallization has memory through the weather elements, the minerals, and the gases that it has experienced. You follow what I'm saying? So pressure makes a diamond. In so many words, that's what you're saying when you say pressure can bust a pipe or pressure can make a diamond. So the pressure builds so much that it shines bright like a diamond. That's the metaphoric theory that relates to the metaphysical qualities of rocks, crystals, and different, energies and minerals that we use. We put energy and minerals in our body, so why not wear them as well? Same thing with gold. That's a mineral. You wear gold, it amplifies your aura. A lot of, people wear gold and don't even understand this directly, consciously, but their subconscious is connected to something different and ancient, and we all understand how to wear minerals so that we can amplify the energy. We feed our body with minerals the same way. You can wear the mineral, you can receive the mineral through a metaphysical download. So the sun sends off vitamin D. That's a mineral. You get different minerals and vitamins from, fresh water. That's why you get spring water and not purified water, because they're placing something outside of nature inside of that water. So spring water has organic minerals that is fed from the bottom of that well that comes directly from the earth's core. You follow what I'm saying? So those are how you follow nature's rule, and you begin to value what nature tells you, and this is what God's will is all about. God's will is nature. God's will is the way that the animals move across this world without anybody needing to help them. Now, we've created very, very polluted environments for these animals at this point, and we should often help animals get to and fro and through different, edifices if they seem to get a little lost, because this is their home too. But that's a whole nother story. We're just talking about how we value what Mother Nature says, the will of God says, and we can act on that as the logical side that the Father brings. You dig? So that's 8-9 minutes worth of metaphysical mumbo jumbo to say that if you're confused of anything, you just look at nature and find out your place in the circle of life. Peace.